Ciao a tutti, it's Orium, and today we are here with a very special guest.
Hello, my name is Julian. I'm also known as Blabb in the Discord community, and yeah, I like head formats. Hello.
Yeah, and he's one of the goats. He's top with so many decks over the years, and it's been a while since I uploaded, and I wanted to upload something special for you guys. So here we have Play This Past podcast number 3 with Blabb. There's a lot of decks that we could go over, but Blabb's signature deck is Koa'ki Meiru, and I wanted to go over them because it's not a deck that I talk about, even though it's a deck that I like. I used to play it quite a bit way back when I played retro formats. So yeah, the deck has gone over through a lot of stuff, and I wanted to kind of just talk about how we got to the point where the deck is. So stuff like the hands. Why are we at the point where you're playing hands in Koa'ki Meirus, for example? And the ratios.
Why is not every deck playing hands, right? First of all,
good question.
I don't blame you for not talking about Koa'ki Meiru because nobody does except of me, and sometimes Hydro Pump, I guess. Yeah, I'm definitely known as the Koa'ki Meiru guy in the head space. And yeah, I do think really highly of it. Like first and foremost, I just really like to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just one of those rank 4 turbo kind of decks that you can play in head format, which is like because of rank 4s being so good, the deck gets a buff like for that automatically. And
yeah.
If you mix those with generic cards, with nowadays, I'm of the opinion that that hands in the main deck are the best way to play the deck, probably because of how mostly like defensive and not combo based the format turned out to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do like this is the main reason why I'm playing hands right now, compared to like either the more purish build with a bit more Fire Fist, or like one time I even played with Koa'ki Meiru stuff like level 3 Fire Fist dudes plus Spirit and stuff. And to be honest, that deck is pretty solid and has some great synergies, like with instant fusion, with the level 3s being a bridge to the rank 3 that special summons earners from deck. There are some great synergies, but the best decks, or like the most consistent decks rather, are the ones that are not playing into back row, playing into hand traps, mainly maxi. And yeah, that's where the hands goes in, because yeah, they can be really passive, but they can also go in and generate tons of advantage while clearing the board, while clearing back row. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, the Fire Fists are, not really good into the meta or into traps. Even if they're really synergistic, I get cutting them. The 3-axis build was interesting, but I wasn't never really a big fan. Although I've you can see it, but I have the lists pulled up on hotformatmeta.com, obviously. And I also have Koa'ki Meiru Geargia. And that list was...
yeah, that was something.
yeah, that was back in the days when I was smoking weed, and this deck clearly shows that this was my idea, but
yes, shout outs to
works.
You. Yeah, shout outs to you, just coming at me, writing just what about Koa'ki Meiru and Geargia. Like with most of your ideas, I'm like, bro, what are you even talking about? What are you on right now? And but it actually makes sense because like if you high roll which means drawing Geargia plus core and then not getting interrupted and stuff like that. You are cooking and you are doing a lot of things. I can just quickly go and tell you the combo because it's relatively basic. You go Geargia, do your Gear Gigant, search the third Geargiano, use the reborn effect, then summon like with
Invoker.
the level 3 Fire Fist guys, the Invoker, and then summon Urnites, and now you have 1 rank 3 and 2 rank 4s on field, which is a lot, yeah. And yeah, I was able to get a top 8 Heraldic monthly one time with it. Yeah, really fun.
Yeah, like theoretically, Gear is just a clean OTK. Theoretically, of course, but you know, that's Geargia Gigantex and MX Evoker is like 3900 together. So you know, Urnite can easily bridge that gap. But actually, no, wait, Urnite summon is in defense. Never mind.
He's in defense, so it's not. Yeah, it's not a clean OTK.
Not a clean OTK, unfortunate, but you know. Still quite a lot of damage. But if there is one thing that I noticed comparing your old lists to the new list is something that I am pleased to see, because it's like the main gripe I've always had with your Koa'Ki Meiru lists, at least from... Okay, there is this card that we have a different philosophy on, okay? I don't really like it unless I have really good synergy. You just need okay synergy to like it, and it's Phoenix Wing Windblast. So what's the deal with Phoenix Wing Windblast? Why did you cut it also? But why do you like it so much?
Yeah, this is actually really interesting because I, for a good amount of time, didn't really think about it, but just kept on playing it, and it got worse and worse, and there's a good reason for it, because Phoenix Wing Blast is like a catch-all card. You can hit back row with it, you can hit monsters with it,
you can
stuff like that.
artifacts.
Yes, stuff like that. The big drawback is the fact that you're going -1, and back in the day, like it was more important to hit certain parts of certain combos and to disrupt your opponent in certain parts. And nowadays, this became way less relevant. First of all, because of the whole shift I was talking about of control being more common, more low to the ground type decks are being more common, and another big thing in my opinion is the fact that just the player base got better, and this resulted of basically. Phoenix Wing Blast was like a card where I could guarantee myself of not losing. And if I'm not losing, I'm probably winning because I'm. First of all, if you see your combo parts with Koa'Ki Meiru, like
you can crack back really bad.
You're cooking, yes, and then you're able to crack back and win. And you cannot do this with like good people playing good decks, or like decks where Wing Blast is not so great at, and specifically against the meta, against the most common decks, which being Geargia and Tet, Wing Blast is just not that great. Yeah, that's why I'm not playing it anymore.
Yeah, it has its spots, but it's a -1 still. So in this deck where you're not really able to mitigate it, you can definitely feel it.
It's not like Mythic Ruler where you have like 3 blue ices and stuff to discard, and you're actually getting good stuff into the graveyard. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, another thing that we kind of differ on, not really in Koa'Ki Meiru's, but you really like your upstarts, dude.
I do. Oh yes. I'm always spamming in the chat every time when someone's playing upstarts or hates on the cards. I'm really like arguing against that.
I just brought out the Wattifact list, and it's really different from our other builds, from the more standard builds. Do you want to go over the main differences with it?
Yeah, sure, why not? So yeah, like you said, I'm playing Upstart, I'm playing Koa'ki. The whole point of this deck list was um to like liven up the strengths of what being a good engine to grind to get advantage to get ahead of your opponent. And by playing Koa'ki, plus by playing Upstart, which both cards higher the chance of you seeing Thunder Seahorse, it makes it so that you can just grind better, get more advantage. Plus Koa'ki being a +1. So I like, to be fair, I made this list like I had the idea of playing Upstart and maybe playing Koa'ki, but I just threw this all together in like 30 minutes. So some things are not that well thought. It was working for sure, but nowadays I probably wouldn't play Koa'ki going forward. I think both the hands and Mimilio are better, just because the biggest problem with what's are that you're playing that you have a lot of a lot of problems with tempo, and as soon as the opponent has a lot of aggression, you're really struggling. So Koa'ki is like the worst card for that, and yeah, you kind of have to mitigate. But I still think really highly of Upstart, because um, the reason why the card is not good in the traditional like artifact decks, it's because the deck is mainly a not an OTK deck, but a beatdown deck. You want to a really aggressive deck. You want to win as fast as possible, because you're not playing a real engine. Really, you're just playing cards that lets your
that are good.
opponent vulnerable, and then you want to go for game as fast as possible, most of the time in a 2-turn clock, while the opponent is stunned from your back row. And that's not the case with Watts, because you actually have, like, if you go seahorse for 2 seahorses and then discard those horses until you have like 10 cards in hand, you're actually having a grind game. And in my tournament run, I was like outgrinding my opponents, my Geargia opponents, which sounds really tough, but this deck can do it. And by playing Upstart Goblin, you just higher your chance of seeing all of your good cards. So which not only means that you see your seahorse more, you see your artifact ignitions, your sanctums more, which is really broken. Seeing ignitions and sanctums in your 34 kind of deck is really good. Yeah, this is some of the reasons why.
Yeah, though, like, I don't disagree with Upstart in Watts. It's just that, like, I don't know how you have the room for it. Well, I know because you don't play Murmelios, but you're playing Upstarts and Karkar and Soul Charge and Compulse, and the third Call of the Haunted seems kind of weird to cut. And the Murmelios, in my opinion, are just way too good to not run. Also Dark Hole. But
yeah, those are fair points. Yeah.
But Upstart is still a good card, especially since Thunder Seahorse is such a strong card to see. Even if you do see the other Watts more often with the Thunder Seahorse, you can still just it's still a +1 at worst. So
Yeah.
And often even a +2, just Seahorse into Seahorse, and then you have another normal a Seahorse to normal summon eventually.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of other decks. For example, Mythic Rulers, or should I call them the Blue Eyes Rulers? This was a whole debacle. I had to
Yeah.
I had to
Because
change the definition of rulers on the site to not necessarily include mythics, because otherwise it would have kind of looked dumb on the tier list, because the deck was on the verge of falling out into tier 3. Nowadays there's that's not really an issue. It's at 8 tops. It's nearing in at on tier 1.5 status. So still me, I could actually turn that back. I'm not gonna probably, but
yeah,
that
just don't. It's the same deck. Yeah.
yeah
But yeah, I was I was really really annoying him because I cut the mythics entirely for hands mostly, and yeah, this started the whole debacle. But it's like in its core and what it tries to achieve, it's still the same deck mostly. You just don't have this rank 8 or sometimes rank 7 play. But yeah, first of all, I'm a big Dragon Ruler, Mythic Ruler, Blue Eyes Ruler, whatever you want to call it, fan. I really love that deck. Such a cool deck, such a stylish deck, such a um, like also complicated deck.
yeah.
I will never forget the moment where I think it was a finals that I won. And I won that by setting a blue eyes white dragon, and this won me the game, which was crazy stuff. Yeah, this it's the way sometimes you win the game are mysterious. or like one time I normal summoned a tidal. The opponent was so stun locked. I'm pretty sure they had like torrential or warning or bottomless, and they didn't do anything. And then I
Yeah.
activated Wing Beat, the card where you bounce a dragon to your hand and blow up the whole back row, and I won because of that. It's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the reason why I decided to play hands instead of a card trooper plus the Mythic Ruler package, because those are normal summons, and I swap normal summons for normal summons, which makes sense. Um, is because I think hands are broken. This is this is the most obvious reason. Every top I had this year, fun fact, was by playing hands somewhere. Doesn't matter if main or side. Fun fact, and
Is that
I
true?
stand by that. Yeah, it's true, it's true.
No,
And I have
actually
a
no. Raccoons.
Oh, was this year? Okay, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, I really I really should have just shoved some of those in. Okay, damn, you're right, you're right. But there's definitely a trend, and I'm not saying that you should play hands in every deck, obviously. This like it's not making any sense in, I don't know, man, Bujin or whatever. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like, with how the meta developed, where combo is not that common, it's just so good. Because like the one of the biggest problems of Mythic Ruler is the fact that you um, if you didn't draw really explosive,
Yeah.
which definitely can happen, you need time to see your engine and to see your good cards. And hands are the best
Really
cards
good at
probably
stalling.
to yes, they're not only like you could call it stalling, which is negative, and personally. I just would call it like slowing down the pace.
Hmm.
And this is really, really important for Ruler. And yeah, it does it even better than back row, to be honest. And this gives you time, and plus some other things where like Trooper is okay, but then you struggle against Geargia armor sets. 1900 is okay, but it's also weird, and it's not a guaranteed play. You just get some advantage, move some. And don't get me started about the Mythic Rulers. They are just so bad, bro. Like this deck doesn't lose to Breakthrough Skill or Fiendish Chain, and those cards actively lose against those cards. It's driving me insane. They're also like pretty bad, like into Maxi stuff like that. So
Yeah.
not the biggest fan.
It's also like
That's why
pretty much the
I
only
chose
card that is dead to Breakthrough Skill on the field. So that's really bad because Breakthrough Skill is really good in the graveyard versus Mythics, but on the field it's really bad. But 3 is like the only
exactly.
good target besides Debris. And
Mm.
Debris is more of a comeback card usually, so it's not as big
Yeah.
an issue.
Plus, you can use the body still for a Star Eater play and stuff like that.
Yeah. Speaking a second on like Breakthrough Skill, what are your thoughts on Barbaros Ruler?
What? Okay, it's I actually like you're talking about your build where you don't play trap cards at all, right?
Yeah.
I like that theory because it makes it against cat and hat mainly, or like artifact decks in general. That the double size cyclone is just that a potential like ignition is that. Then as sometimes you can probably like even in game 2 and 3 people are still scared of skill drain, and they maybe want to side in mystical space typhoons,
Yeah.
maybe keeping in wiretaps and stuff like that. So the opponent has potential dead cards. The big problem about the deck is probably that, like, first of all, Barbaros just being not the best card.
Yeah.
And like committing to a rank 8 play with Water Dragon after that. Like, Felgrand can be the best card ever, but you can also get Breakthrough Skilled from Grave and then get 101s, and then you got -1s and they have 101 and pressure on field and stuff like that. So like I'm a bit torn about it. My personal take is, and I didn't play that variant that much yet because I didn't play Dragon Ruler that much lately.
Yeah.
I currently have a build where I'm playing more gas with Silver Scry, a card that I really love, by the way.
Yeah,
And
you're playing 2 in your hand list. That's really interesting.
yes, and I really love that card. It's just a 3K beta with like you just don't have to commit anything. It's a one for one with Maxi if they want. If they crow it, it's like okay.
You can even chain it to
It's like
Maxi.
also a one for one. You could, yes, exactly. You could chain it to Maxi. If they want to crow it, you're like okay, nice.
Yeah.
Now I can get my ruler instead and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But another card I really like. Shout out to Icarus. He's playing that in Firewater a lot, mainly because there's no soul charge. DDR, the card where you discard a card and then special summon a banished monster. That card is really, really great, and I wanted to test that and play that more. And I even like have a in my current build when I go against artifact decks post side, I'm siding out my back row cards. I'm doing I'm basically doing a similar strategy to the Barbarous list. So yeah, there's definitely like a good amount of different stuff you can do with Dragon Rulers. Yeah, cool deck,
Yeah.
cool deck.
Yeah, well, it's obviously a high ceiling deck, so yeah, there's a lot of room for creativity even in deck building. Next up, I wanted to talk about raccoons, mainly because we already brought it up before. But yeah, Raccoon Fables, that's certainly an interesting deck.
Raccoons.
What's the idea?
Yeah.
What's the big idea?
Wow. Yeah. For some reason, I came across the synergy. I don't know how exactly this happened, to be honest. Maybe I saw this in Tengu Plant, actually. Maybe it was because of that. and I saw the synergy with people playing like I'm even playing it
Oh yeah,
in this list with
Cats it.
the level 3. Yeah, exactly, with the level 3 Fabled plus Catsif. And then you have like this little loop going where you can discard a Fabled with the level 3 one. It gets back to your hand. You have Phoenix Wing Blast to discard. So this is a whole package. And the cool synergy is that like, first of all, a good thing is that you have a decent normal summon where you can also just like chill a bit, stall the game a bit with Zen mains. That has really good synergy with Needle Sealing. This was another big reason why I wanted to try the deck out, because I saw Geargia players specifically side Needle Sealing and completely destroying people with that. And Raccoons is probably the best deck playing that can play Needle Sealing because of Zandayu, which protects itself. You lose the token, but whatever, you just can make another one.
Zen Mace,
was it Tantan?
Tantan, Pompoko both make it live quite easily. So yeah, it's if I wanted to main deck Needle Sealing in a deck, Raccoons will probably be my number one pick, either that or a Chain Beat.
Exactly. And just stuff like Obedient School, that's like the main reason why to play the deck. The deck actually has some plays, and you could even play the deck more aggressively with even more like potentially more Fables, or you could also tech stuff like a smaller Madolche package where you have this is also a potential line you could go. But like as I said, I'm of the opinion that mostly it's better to stick like low to the ground, not so committal type of plays, and that's why I decided to go a bit more trap heavy. But this is also a really common thing with me. In most of my decks, I'm playing 3 soul charges. I need a good yes. I need a good reason to not play 3 soul charges. And like even with Raccoon, if you think about it, it's really good to just play the maximum amount, because most of your monsters turn out to bridge into more monsters. Tour guides are 2 to 3 monsters. Tantan is 2. Ponpoko is 3. Obedient School is 3 monsters. Stuff like that.
Yeah, you can fill the grave very quickly, but
yes. And
my only concern will be life points.
Yeah, that's fair. But you're playing like a pretty defensive game anyway, so you could probably get away by even resolving multiple soul charges. And the little tour guide Fable package makes it so your soul charges are way better, because with the access of the level 3 tuner Fabled monster, you now can make stuff like Ragin, which is really strong. Just drawing more monsters. Unicorn as a card is surprisingly really good, because it's like
it's basically like
when
what
I started playing. Kind of. Yeah. It's a good comparison, but it's even like it's better, but also worse. It's like both. It's because it does more, but it also doesn't do more, because the opponent can play around it. So you can make sure that your plays go through when you're playing, which can be really nice, and you can make it really awkward for the opponent, or sometimes even completely shutting the opponent down from doing certain plays, because Unicorn's on the field, because they don't have the option sometimes, and this happens a good amount of times, especially if they want to activate back row. They usually can't, because Unicorn just says no to that. The fact that unicorn negates also like it's such a unique effect that it can like negate multiple stuff and stuff like that. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it can potentially be infinite negates, potentially, but that's good
Mm.
for YouTube thumbnails more than anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you also have Armadis, which is kind of similar, and Stardust is always good. But
yes,
yeah, and triple Phoenix Wind Blast, that's always something. But
the Blabb classic.
yeah, so like there's also Heraldic Beast, which I wanted to talk about, especially because
Yes.
Shoutouts to Hot Format Meta Pro. You can check out the old lists. You can check out the list from Moral Attack Monthly's number 20 and below. So you can see that, like, you can check out some early lists because you're an OG. You've been playing the deck longer than anyone, even before people started topping. You were bubbling with it and such.
Yeah. Shout out to Leon picking up the deck at 2020. I was really impressed. He played it one time, didn't think anything of it, and then I was like, brother, this advanced heraldry card is kind of broken.
Yeah.
This is low-key soul charge.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna be playing Heraldic Beasts in the future because there's so many lists. There's there's standard Heraldic list with Murmulios and Kagetokages and all that stuff. There's also the Artifact list where you probably play like the Burner Seagull, and then there's the hand list. And I feel like that list is very interesting, the hand drain list. I don't have it on screen, but do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, sadly, I think I got on I think it was EE where I got third place with it, so it doesn't show up in the in your thing. But yeah, you
remember
basically
which
cut down the.
Do you remember which EE it is? So I can go on format library.
It was definitely this year. It was like 4 months ago, I would guess, something like that. Not the last one, but like the either the last before that or before that. I'm not entirely sure. But basically, you're cutting down on the heraldic monsters because it's the worst part of the deck because it's basically just vanilla cards. Leo, yes, exactly. This is the list, and I'm mostly playing the same list still. So it's basically a war crime version of Heraldic Beast because you're cutting down on the heraldic part and you're adding all of those good broken cards with Mamilio you're already playing, but hands and skill drain and just go full on
Wind Blast,
degen mode.
Trapstone,
Yes.
Triple Soul Charge, of
full
course,
on mode.
and the triple Heraldic Heraldry Art, and
yes, you're just abusing just staples with it. I mean, how can you lose if you have like hands, 6 soul charges, skill drain at your disposal, and you're still like grinding, putting up advantage and stuff like that. The deck, this deck is like not really something, and in my opinion, a really big threat.
Yeah. Next up, I wanted to talk about a deck that hasn't been talked about in quite a while, Chaosworn.
Yes.
So, and especially your triple Photon Trasher.
Yeah, this is the newest technology, the newest goo. Yeah, this is my baby. Do you want to ask a question?
So what is like the reasoning behind not 3 but 4 Photon Thrashers in the main deck?
Funny enough, with Heraldics, you're like at least me personally, I'm also maxing on Threshers. It's just I have come around to the fact, like in my opinion, Thresher is just a really good standalone card. First and foremost, that's one of the big reasons why I'm playing it in Heraldic.
Mm-hmm.
But in this deck specifically, it gets like maximum value because it's not only a 2100 level 4 that you can summon for free, puts in free pressure, get in your 2100, then try to go for a potential like Exitor Knight or something like that. It plays around Maxi. It's like in my opinion the best level 4 extender because it plays around Maxi. Like this is also really really big, and especially in the combo deck like Chaosworn. This is really huge, and this fixed a main problem this deck specifically had, which was having a consistent first turn play, because this deck was really good at like if like almost similar to Mythic Ruler before Thresher, because like sometimes you had like your Grapha with Soul Charge or good mills with Recharge, where you were able to play immediately, but like there's also a good chance where you don't have this, and instead of playing like more back row maybe, or like in with Mythic Ruler where I decided to play hands instead, I came across with Photon Thresher, and he basically fixes all of your problems because it makes it so that you can play really consistently when you first turn, where you can do stuff like Thresher plus Armageddon Knight is already like you were probably like maybe thinking, okay, a Thresher plus an Armageddon Knight is only a Lavava Chain plus a Stardust Dragon, for example, or a Stardust Spark Dragon, but you have to keep in mind that it's 2014, and a singular Stardust Dragon is already pretty huge, because
Yeah.
Head will struggle against this, and from there on, the possibilities are endless. If you have more extenders, and not talking about Soul Charge, then like it's pretty consistent that you end on Lavava Chain, Stardust Dragon, and Ptolemy M7. That's like a really common thing. Yeah, and like I have also a really high opinion on this deck. It's like it fell a bit. Like the main reason why I think this deck is for example worse than stuff like Dragon Ruler, Mythic Ruler, is because it can't play skill drain, and having skill drain is a big deal. But other than that, it's a really really good deck. It has really really good like OTK lines. The combos are really good. If the combo deck you're playing is making Stardust Dragon consistently, you're like already a really good deck, because it's so good in the meta. So yeah, and the fact that you have like this toolbox of rank 4s, like sometimes rank 6, rank 8, and level 8 synchros especially. Yeah, it's just really really solid and really good.
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah,
that.
nobody plays it,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
true. I noticed that you have cut Darkham Dragon. Why is that?
Yeah, I cut a decent amount of cards in those years. One
Yet you're
other big
still
thing I
playing Book
cut
of
down
Moon.
was I didn't play it, and then I like this is basically my 40th card. In my news list, I cut down one Wing Blast, I think, plus the Book of Moon. I'm playing 2 Trapstun right now. It's yeah, yeah, not the
Makes
biggest
sense.
yeah. I could talk about Book of Moon a bit, but I don't want to defend that card too much because I'm not the biggest fan either. But yeah, basically, what happens when I try to optimize my lists, cards get cut that are just not that consistent. And cards like back in the day, I was playing like 2 Chaos Orc, a Dark Armed Dragon, 1 Lila, 2 Lumina, stuff like playing a bigger Lightsworn package, playing a bigger Chaos package basically, and those cards are just not that consistent. And with Dark Armed Dragon specifically, when you come to the point where you have 3 darks in your grave, you are probably winning anyway, or are so well into the game that you don't need Dark Armed Dragon because your plays went through already. And Dark Armed Dragon without priority, it's similar to the problem Lightsworn Ruler has with JD. It's just not the same. It's not hitting the same. Those are the big reasons. Whereas, that's true, but BLS is a decent amount better to be fair.
For sure.
Because when it resolves, it can win you the game, which is broken because it does so much damage and stuff.
There's also like a couple of other decks. We are going over every single one of them because frankly they're all interesting.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Yeah. I'm playing some goofy stuff sometimes,
Yeah, this was an oldie but a goodie, and I mostly wanted to talk about it because of Instant Fusion, but 3.5 Axis Fire Fist. Not a deck that anyone plays anymore, to be honest, but what can you tell us about it, like the ratios and such?
Yeah, first of all, shout outs to you of coming at me with Instant Fusion. This is probably the best card this deck can play, because like you can bridge the rank 3s and rank of 4s, but most importantly, you can go way more consistent in your level 6 play. Plus,
basically the combo. The combo is like tanky plus Instant Fusion is like you add Spirit, then you normal summon the Spirit, activate Instant Fusion, special summon out Cherubin, then you make your Horse Prince summons out Rooster adds another Rooster, and you cycle the tanky into Tensu, normal summon the other Rooster, cycle out the Tensu into tanky, make Lion Emperor, and then with Lion Emperor you add back Spirit, so it even doesn't lose to DD Crow because you only use Lion Emperor in the end. You don't use the Spirit effect, so it's even better in that regard.
Such a hype deck, man.
Yeah,
such a hype deck because I'm a big Salamangreat stan. I really love that deck, and this deck reminds me so much of IFS, which is kind of contradictory because this deck was first and then Salamangreat was there. But you know how it goes. Even Salamangreat nowadays is a really old deck. So what can you do?
That makes me feel old.
I really wanted to get a top with this deck because it's definitely one of the most fun decks you can play. Just going through the motions, having those this 3.5 where you do your rank 3s, level 6 synchros, rank 4s for the grind game, stuff like that. Such a cool deck, cool concept. Fire Fist cards are like really fun, especially if you're doing more with it. And little teaser, there's Garunic's Gathering happening soon, where every deck that's not that's tier 1, tier 2, and sometimes tier 3 is banned, and the Mad Lad Avenger Bagnerol.
Shoutouts to Avenger Bagnerol.
Made it so he made it so that spirit is at 3. So you can probably see a lot of this deck. Maybe I'm playing it. There's a good amount of good and hype options.
Ironically,
but even yeah.
Ironically, I don't like the deck when Spirit is at 3 because it kind of devolves into just the same play over and over again every turn. Yeah, I like I like when it's at 1.
Mm.
But
That's a fair criticism, but I like also have to say that I just even like that fact of just doing the same motion, the same play, because it's kind of satisfying to me, not gonna lie.
yeah,
That's probably a reason why I'm also a fan of Koa'ki Meiru. Like you're doing the same thing over and over again.
yeah.
But it's kind of hype.
Yeah, another thing is that I noticed is that like the last time I touched the 3.5 axis, I think I ran 0 soul charge. Probably not in deck profiles, but in testing. And I'm not saying that 0 soul charge is correct. I probably not. But I still find it interesting to run 3 soul charge. So I wouldn't do that myself. So it kind of loops back to what you were saying earlier about running 3 soul charge unless there's a good
That's
reason
just
not
me.
to.
And yes, exactly. And I'm seeing that I'm getting a good amount of monsters into my graveyard fast, so I'm playing 3 soul charges. That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last but not least, I would usually skip over, somebody playing Geargias because yawn, but your Geargia list is, kind of interesting. Speaking about Soul Charge, hey, here it is. Triple Soul
Of
Charge.
course.
And
Yeah.
hands and triple upstart and triple trap stun. It's basically the blabb Geargia list. If
It is,
somebody
yeah.
asked me to build a Geargia list in the style of blabb, I think it would look pretty similar to this. Maybe not with 2TTHN, but I see that you played 2TTHN in Wattifacts too, without Mermelios, which is really interesting. What is that about?
Okay. I talked with when I talked about what's I was saying that I built a deck in like 20-30 minutes, and in what this was definitely a mistake. I would play Fiendish Chain instead. I just didn't think about it. Fiendish Chain is the more consistent card because it's better going
Yeah.
second. That's the main reason why
Yeah,
I would
Fiendish
play
Chain
it.
is pretty good in Watts.
Yes. Whereas here, I made the decision to play TTHN here, mainly because I really hate breakthrough skill mostly, and because Geargia specifically has a good hat and cat matchup. Already, I was like, okay, I don't want to play breakthrough skill, and the next best card in my opinion is just TTHN. So yeah, that's why I went for it. I mean,
Interesting.
there's
No hand traps?
even people like uh, I don't like hand traps. I like Maxi is like I said the current meta game is really controlly, so Maxi is not that great. And with DD Crow, you have the big problem of playing
Geargias.
a Gigi mirror match in that case where it's just not good. So yeah, I've decided to play TTH, and because of that, and if you look at lists like Ghost Riders, which who's doing really well recently, he's just maxing those TTHNs basically with playing Mamilio plus TTHN. So he probably really likes that card. And I mean,
Yeah.
but I cannot blame him because TTHN is it can be a bit iffy if you go second, but it's really good into the meta game because it makes Gear miss timing.
Yeah.
And it's one of the best cards against Artifact as well. So yeah, just a good card.
Yeah. There's also, like MST that could be run in the main deck instead.
Yeah, that's just the blub philosophy basically of me not liking stuff like wiretap or specifically MST in the main because I don't want to hit one random back row because most decks sets multiple back rows artifacts deck specifically. When you hit the wrong back row, you're getting punished a lot. So I'm a big fan of trap stun, just in general, because it makes it so that your play goes through, or like the chances of the plays that you want to go are way more likely to go through, because you're not hitting one back row, you're hitting multiple back rows, and you can also negate like key cards potentially with it, like Geargia, like Sanctum, stuff like that. That's why I'm a big fan. Yeah.
Okay, so before we close the video, there's we have a big question. If you, I'm gonna spring it up on you. If you can't answer it on the spot, you can answer a smaller question. But you have a pretty interesting tier list on the format. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh yes, I do. I have some really big hot takes probably. It's like I think Koa'Ki Meiru is like top 10 at least, maybe top 5. I have a really high opinion on combo decks, funny enough. Even though like most people are not playing those, I think that Dragon Ruler, Mythic Ruler is a top 5 deck. I think that that Infernity is a top 5 deck. Not the best decks. I still think like most people that Geargia and Head Cat are on top. But I think that like Mythic Ruler and Infernity specifically are right there, because I just think those decks are broken. Infernity, like I don't know how you can downplay the fact that you just win some games for free because it went first. I think that's really stupid. And people don't play the fact that it loses against 1DD Crow, it loses against Maxi. It's like, yeah, there's definitely cases where it does, but if you maxi and you don't like set a floodgate or have like really good interruption, they just combo they just combo anyway next turn, have another card, have another soul charge or whatever to push through, and as soon as they like that's the big thing about Infernity. If they are able to push for the combo with like the breaks and the barrier and stuff like that, you will lose the game most likely. And yeah, with Mythic Ruler, it's more like a first of all, it can combo and pseudo FTK similar to Infernity, where there's just too much stuff. Yes, exactly. Put Murmur down there. We can talk about that right away. But with Ruler, like first of all, the fact that it can play skill drain for free is really huge. That skill drain is by far the best floodgate in the format. It's also, in my opinion, the only good floodgate besides like the triple limited with DeFi macro and sword rain. Yes, and just in general, Dragon Ruler being the best deck of like abusing soul charge, or like its engine being like this weird combination of being able to grind but also doing those disgusting things. That's why I'm thinking really highly of it. Yeah.
And what do you think that people aren't playing those quite enough?
Those decks are hard to play. That's probably the main reason. It's like it's a combination of really hard to play. Like Dragon Ruler, in my opinion, is one of the hardest decks to play. And
for sure.
like big shout outs to head format to head format. When I say a deck is hard to play, it means that it's really fucking hard to play. Like I did those examples with like tribute summoning a tidal normal, setting specifically a blue eyes white dragon, and doing other shit like that. Like you can fuck up, like with Dragon Ruler specifically, the combos are not linear. So
there's so many plays you can do at any point in the game. Like there's always like 5 plays available.
Yeah, and with combo deck specifically, I feel like a lot of players you have the big problem of even even if you play those decks optimally, you're not getting rewarded by playing the best deck because those are not the best decks most likely. Like most people are like even thinking that Infernity and Dragon Ruler are potentially like I don't know, tier 2, tier 3, whatever. And like even if you play it
Me.
on the highest level, yeah, exactly. And even if you play it on the highest level, you're still not playing the best deck. So why do you put that much effort in it in the first place? That's like the one argument with the argument that it's hard to play. And yeah, that's probably the reason. Plus, it's like I can talk about it because I played a good amount of combo decks and Dragon Ruler myself. It's just annoying sometimes to get hit by Maxi, DD Crow, debunk, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you don't have this like down really bad moments with your more normal, more slower type decks usually. Um, but to be fair, like that's the reason why people like decks like Lightsworn so much. It's the highs that keep you going. The
Yeah.
dopamine rush when the soul charge hits or your play connects, and then you're stomping on your opponent.
So, like, as a fellow rank 4 enthusiast, how would you rank the rank 4 decks? Like, where would you place them? Like, obviously, Geargia is in tier 1, but, Koa'ki Meiru,
Mm.
Heraldic Beasts, Gadgets, Hunters, and Go-Go-Go's, where would you put them?
First of all, one thing I would like to mention was that like this goes with all of the best decks of head format. The difference between Geargia and Gadget, for example, is not that big, and
Yeah.
there's and with Gadget for example, it's basically a trade-off that you do. You get your card advantage right away with Gadgets. You have like Rifter is the guy that like won a tournament and was dominating this year with Gadgets.
Yeah, also shoutouts
He
to
like
Vulpix.
mm, yeah, true. The got fucking did they win or got second place at Worlds? I can't
Uh,
remember, but they
no,
did
that was
really
Poison.
well.
That was Poison.
Oh,
But,
really?
yeah,
Not Vulpix?
that was a while ago. But
Okay. Um, but
yeah,
anyway,
THC24 got top 8. Oh, that was Vulpix. Oh, yeah,
yes, exactly.
Poison was in
Ah,
HC22 and Vulpix was in HC24. I forgot.
okay, exactly. Yeah, this is so funny that the first two major gadget tops were fucking the biggest head tournaments.
Hey,
This is really funny.
yeah, you're forgetting my top.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
um,
no, I probably forgot because HC24's top cut was literally all over the place.
yeah. But this is like the main difference between Gear specifically and like every other rank 4 deck. That's not Koa'ki Meiru to be fair specifically, but like Heraldic Beast, Gadgets, and there's some more um Go for example as well. Harpies to some extent is that Gear plays more passively, and in this
In,
environment specifically,
yeah,
it really gets rewarded for that. And you have the big advantage with stuff like Gadgets that you can play immediately, but you're getting punished because of that in most cases, because people are playing so much back row that it's not worth to go for the play immediately. Whereas where Giga can just chill on Giga Armor, um, just wait a couple of turns. Their cards float well, stuff like that. That's like the one advantage the deck gets. But um, uh, this makes the deck a bit better, but you still get a good amount of pros if you decide to play stuff like Heraldic Beast, Gadgets, or Koa'ki Meiru, because like for example, if you play against a combo deck, Geargia does really bad against combo decks because it cannot go second against those decks because
Yeah.
it's too slow. And even like even if you go first and stuff like Dragon Ruler has a good hand to put a lot of pressure, Gear just crumbles. And the big upside of playing stuff like Gadget or Heraldic Beast or Koa'ki Meiru is that you can play right away and then like go like almost head on against combo deck specifically, or
Yeah.
like against Mermail too. When you can make a Beast Dweller right away, you're probably
Yeah.
winning the matchup. But if you play Gear and set Gear armor, you're losing the matchup. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like one key difference.
Yeah. Speaking of mermals, like, why do you have such a hate boner for them?
See, the thing is, I really like Mermail, love Mermail. I've played it even in a couple of tournaments recently too. I didn't do well because the deck sucks. But the deck is still great. It's like the most fun deck to play. One of the most fun decks to play against, in my opinion. One of my mates, which I grinded head format a lot. Their deck was Mermail, and that's the reason why I have such strong opinions about the deck, because I like know exactly what the deck can do, what the deck wants to do, stuff like that. And that's why I feel like the deck struggles a lot. Like I recently did like a 10 points of just brainstorming in the Mermaid Discord section to shit on the deck.
Hmm.
It's just like GD Crow Maxi is so annoying. The whole back row lineup that's being played is it's so annoying. Abyss Dweller existing, like the list goes literally on and on and on. The free limited cards in the side deck that everyone's playing, Microcosmos, stuff like that, you just auto lose against those. So it being a combo deck, like mid-rangey to combo deck, is a downside mostly because of the format. So the list goes really on and on. And the other main reason I'm don't playing it so much is because people are like saying, like I remember you saying for like I want to say years, you were like, okay, the artifact decks like Cat and Hat have those problems, Geargia has this problem, but Mermail is like the in between, and it like does even or slightly wins matchups, so it has to be the best deck. And I'm like, no
Yeah.
man, it has so many flaws, and that's why it's not the best deck. And I'm still of the opinion that it's like tier 1.5, tier 2, probably in the top 10 or stuff like that. But it's in my opinion not up there. That's what I'm just trying to say. I'm not of the opinion of it being a best deck contender, basically.
All right. Final question. What are your thoughts
Yes.
on Watts?
I like we've seen. I've got one top in the last Morotech Monthly. I'm playing it this upcoming Morotech Monthly as well. We will get the 10th top to put it in tier 1.5 where
Yeah.
it belongs. This is by the way the biggest story of this year, that this deck just exists this year. It never was talked about before, basically, and now it's a tier 1.5 deck. This head format being goofy like always, and yeah, I'm not sure if like it has low key the potential of being a best deck contender. I'm personally not sold yet. I'm not sure if it's better than Cat or Hat. It's like it's this would be a really big thing, and I can't say that for sure. But like the fact that I'm comparing it to fucking Cat and Hat is already really insane because those are the best decks probably in the format, in my opinion. And so I'm like, it's like what wins the Geargia matchup? Cat and Hat doesn't do that, and there's a good amount of points of what's being that deck of being really strong. And it's also a deck I really enjoy playing. I'm usually not that big into artifact. This is the first year where I'm basically playing artifact decks, and this is definitely one of those decks that I really enjoy playing. The whole game plan and game loop is really cool. So really big fan of the deck, and
I feel like that is. I feel like as long as the environment stays the same, of like a lot of control decks, not a lot of combo decks, then I feel like what has a claim to the tier 1 status. Maybe when people start playing combo decks more, then what's kind of fall off a little bit.
That's possible, but I personally I don't see it coming that combo suddenly gets a huge spike. We saw that in a couple of tourneys this year, I want to say, but mostly I don't think so.
Yeah, actual last question, and if you want to talk about something before we close this, you can think about it now. But what is the where do you see Koa'ki Meiru in the meta? Why would you recommend it to people? What's its place in the meta, basically?
Like I said, I would personally put it in the top 10, maybe top 5 of best decks. I always was saying that the deck is really easy to play because, like, in its core, pun intended, you just normal summon your big Koa'ki guy and special summon another guy. But I was reviewing like other players playing Koa'ki Meiru, and I was seeing a good amount of misplays. I'm still misplaying a good amount of times myself because like it's weird. This deck has definitely some weird decisions you have to do. Probably a combination because of head format just being pretty hard to play, and because Koa'ki Meiru is definitely a deck that's more on the on the brickier side, where you have like a decent amount of garnets and cards you don't want to see that much and stuff like that. So you really have to know when to do what, and that's probably a big thing. The sequencing of the deck is really important. Also, like the side decking stuff is really important and stuff like that. But yeah, talking about the deck in the format in general is like I said, it's not a top meta contender. Like it has probably a losing matchup against most artifact decks. It's probably like evenish against Geargia, maybe losing against Geargia as well. I'm not entirely sure.
Well,
probably.
I wanted to ask you about the strengths and weaknesses of the deck, but frankly, looking at this matchup chart, I need to ask you about the matchups because a 25% of win rate versus Geargia is not something I expect out of a deck with 2K Beater as its main guy and maining Bear, and I also don't expect 71% win rate versus Hat, which with a deck playing tankies and that is normal summon reliant. So like, what gives?
Yeah, it's in my opinion not a good example of how the matches actually go because I'm of the opinion that the Geargia matchup is probably overall better than the Head matchup.
And that seems to make sense to me.
Yes. I'm not sure how those statistics come exactly. Maybe some of the other guys were losing against Geargia, and there's probably a good amount of reasons why this is. I mean, it's only 24.
Yeah,
This
only
this has
24
probably
matches.
some good amount of variance in it. Yeah, I think it's just not a good example because I also wouldn't say that Geargia not Geargia Koa'ki Meiru versus Het is a 70-30 matchup. This is
Yeah.
also bullshit. It's probably like 50-50 or losing. The thing is, um, Koa'ki Meiru is definitely a pretty how like not high roll like maybe kind of high roll deck because like I said, you're playing a good amount of bricks, and you definitely have to win the games where you have like weirder hands, but you are definitely winning hard if you high roll a lot. And the
Yeah.
main card I'm talking about is Reckon Power.
Yeah.
If you go first, set Reckon Power against Head, Cat, Gear, or like any other deck that wants to set back row, you just won the game. And
Yeah.
this is a big thing with some other stuff like the soul charge turns. This deck does. It looks like straight up a combo deck. Um, like because of Urnite not being once per turn, you use his effect in soul charge turns like 2 times, 3 times, maybe even 4 times. It's really absurd. And
Mhm.
there's some of those cases where you just really go hard. Um, Diamond Core being super annoying versus Hat and Cat, and
Yeah.
just in general, to be honest. Yeah. Then this deck has like a good amount of like broken win conditions, like mainly being Reckon Power, but also being Drago in the side. The fact that you just
Yeah.
shut down sometimes every artifact, or like Infernity, Hieratic, Evil Swarm, some other decks as well. It's yeah, this deck has some really nasty stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout outs to Hydro Pump for Koa'ki Meiru Drago.
Yes. I want to get a top with this deck as well. I'm playing my variant quite differently, but this is also a great thing about Koa'ki Meiru, which I really like. I have like 4 different variants and tops with this deck, and this is another whole different variant which I didn't think was possible. But yeah, you can just play pure Slam and Maximus, and suddenly you have a really aggressive like almost OTK type of deck where you just push your way through and beat down the opponent. It's
Yeah,
this is actually one of the best like OTK decks of the format, low key. It's
yeah,
really
like
good.
I got completely fucking discombobulated when I played Wattifact versus this deck. I got destroyed in 5
Oh yes,
minutes.
you are losing. Oh, yeah, of course. This is like the counter against Mats.
Literally no hope.
Uh,
But yeah, like
no.
even looking at Murmels, like I would probably shift these matchups like 71 versus Murmels, 44 versus Geargias, and 25 versus Hat. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's weird because Mermaid is definitely winning as well. Probably only slightly, but still.
Only slightly.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like a
Uh,
really good deck versus Murmels, to be honest.
yeah. That's
Like
fair. I played the matchup a good amount, and if the like, you have to give Mermaid some credit if the Mermaid player knows what they are doing, and you're not bullshitting them. Then it's still not the easiest thing to win. And specifically, Abyss Gaios being
Yeah.
a hard counter against Ur Knight is huge too. If
Yeah.
the Mermaid player knows that, like there's still so many times where they're making Draco Sack, and I'm like, okay, thank you, I don't care.
Yeah. There's also, you know,
Yeah.
Leo is kind of easy to outwit Tiger King, at least compared to other rank 4 decks.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it from me. Do you have any other points, any other things you wanted to say, any shoutouts?
I don't think so. Shout outs to you, of course, for the space website, of course, and for
Shoutouts to
inviting
you
me.
for being the biggest publicity guy for it.
Yeah, head format meta stan. Yeah, I mean this website is really based. Yeah, I really love the website. Yeah, but no, it was a great talk. Maybe shout outs to my little friend group, Philip, Leon, Yuri, Gung. Those are like the main guys. Were especially when COVID hit, we were playing head format a lot. Those were great times, and this was the first time where I was experiencing the best format in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Let's go. So yeah, no, was fun talking to you. Yeah.
So yeah, great to hear. And yeah, that's it from me. Shoutouts to you. And
No shoutouts to you.
no, shoutouts to you. And goodbye.